Okay, so I just saw that the San Diego Chargers have decided to invite Colin Kaepernick to their summer workouts. I understand the movement of what's going on right now in the country and how we're trying to really, understand what needs to be done, what needs to change. And I keep hearing about how we should have listened to Colin Kaepernick when he first took his knee. And I don't know, that problem has been around for a while. And people who have grown up in it have known about it. It's not like Colin Kaepernick taking a knee during the national anthem brought that light to our eyes. But I will say, I'll go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt and say he didn't do that just to get attention, that he really cared about it, and that's why he was doing it. All right, so let's just get that out of the way. The reason why Colin Kaepernick was blacklisted from the NFL is not because he took a knee during the national anthem. If you guys didn't know, there was a person standing right, or kneeling, not sitting, kneeling right next to him during that time named Eric Reed, and he got let back into the league. The reason why Colin Kaepernick was blacklisted was because he sucked. He was a terrible quarterback. Like, for real. He was terrible. Now, I live in Fresno, California, and I was force-fed 49er games because I didn't have the NFL ticket, so I had to go with regional action. So I was force-fed 49er games. So I got to see everything that Colin Kaepernick put out there on the field. And he was amazing when he got his first opportunity. He was amazing. He made Clay Matthews look like a damn clown. Both times he played against him. But then this one guy who is probably one of the best defensive linemen that will ever play the game, his name is Terrell Suggs. And he exposed Colin Kaepernick in the Super Bowl that they played because every single time that Colin Kaepernick went for that little deke where he looks like he's handing the ball off and then keeps it and runs forever, well, Terrell Suggs just hit him every single time. Except once, the one time he didn't hit him, Colin Kaepernick ran for like a 30-yard touchdown, right? But the point being is that everybody knew this is what you have to do. Because as soon as Colin Kaepernick made that move, he becomes live. So you can do whatever you want to. You can hit him and not be penalized or anything. And from that moment on, Colin Kaepernick was a bum. I watched him miss guys running on slants 4 yards off the line of scrimmage, and he overthrows them by 10 yards. I watched him hold on to the ball and run around in the backfield for 8 seconds looking for a wide open person to throw to, because God forbid he actually throws to somebody who's being covered. And when he couldn't find that open receiver, he would get sacked, or he would get strip sacked, or he would throw an interception or whatever. He was terrible. He got benched for Colt McCoy. I watched that happen. I watched him get benched. I watched him sit on the sideline and not have anything to do with anything on that NFL team. So when he made his little stand, no NFL owner was like, I'm not gonna just go out on a limb and receive the heat that's gonna come from signing this dude, because he sucked. Like, we have plenty of examples of people who behaved really badly, way worse than taking a knee, that got another shot. Why? Because they were really good at football, and they gave those football teams a chance to win. Colin Kaepernick was a backup at best. At best. So, of course, no owner is going to take a chance on him with the backlash they would receive by their fan base on a backup. So now, fast forward. Now we're in 2020. He's been out of the league for 4 years. He missed his prime. Whatever that would entail. That's over with. Now, there's no way in hell that there's any team in the NFL, all 32 teams, none of them would actually allow him to be their starting quarterback. And I'm a Bears fan. We have a quarterback problem. And we won't even give him a shot. Why? It's not because he took a knee. It's because he sucks. He's a one-trick pony. He can either run really fast past everybody else, or he can throw it 60 yards down the field to a wide-open receiver. If those options are gone, he's useless. He is absolutely useless. He's a detriment. He hovered around 60% completion percentage his entire career. And most of those years, he was under 60%. That's what a quarterback does. Now, we're in the era of Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson, who are multi-dynamic, and they can run, for sure. I mean, Mitch Trubisky could run. Cam Newton could run. But those people can actually complete passes when they need to. Russell Wilson can complete really tough passes when he needs to. Colin Kaepernick can't do that. Everybody wants to say, okay, it's time for Colin Kaepernick. It's time for Colin Kaepernick. He needs to come back in. Roger Goodell is trying to hope that he can make at least one person like him and say, yeah, we should let Colin Kaepernick in. For what? He's a bum. Colin Kaepernick is a bum. I'm not even talking about political anything. I don't care that he knelt or anything. The reason why he knelt was because he was benched. He knew he was about to be released, and he wanted attention. End of list. End of list. That man grew up in Turlock, California, right down the road from here, in a very good area. Okay? He does not know what it's like to feel oppression. He doesn't know that. He knows his history, and I commend him for that. But the reason why he did what he did, the same reason why he wore the Castro shirt and had the pig socks on, attention. That's it. That's what Colin Kaepernick brings to the game. He does not bring 1 ounce of improvement to your football team whatsoever, unless you want to make him a receiver or something. Outside of that, he was a bum. From the moment that Super Bowl ended against Baltimore, he was terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Just stack the box, don't let him run, and make him work. Put it in his zone and make him make a play, and he couldn't do it over and over and over and over again. The one good stat he had was in the red zone. I think it was his last year or his last 2 years. He had a great completion ratio of touchdowns versus interceptions. But you got to get there first. He's not a good quarterback. So the fact that the LA Chargers are willing to put him on the roster, don't see it for anything else than just a publicity stunt. Because there's no way in hell that they will give that man an opportunity to be under center if they feel like they can win games and go to the playoffs. Not because he took a knee, not because he is a symbol of somebody who's trying to make change in the country. It's because he's terrible as a quarterback. He's terrible as a quarterback. And this is coming from a Bear fan who hasn't seen a real quarterback since Jim McMahon. That's the last person that resembled a real quarterback. And I want nothing to do with Colin Kaepernick. I actually applaud the Chargers because I would way rather him be there than in Chicago, because he does nothing to inspire confidence in winning games. And that's what the NFL is all about. So in case anybody out there is applauding this and cheering this for just the sake of seeing it on site, yeah, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. The NFL is showing that they are not blacklisting this person for protesting. So that's all good. I'm just glad he's not going to have a Bear uniform on. Somebody else pick that up, because he's not a good quarterback. He has never, not one time outside of the 1 year when nobody had tape on him, shown the ability to be a winning quarterback in the league. So to the Chargers, have fun. Once again, y'all show you have no idea what the hell you're doing. And to the Bears, stay as far away from him as you possibly can. He will officially make shit worse for us. That's all I got. Y'all have a nice day.